have the opportunity to sing together a bunch this evening. Some words you may know, some words you may not. Some melodies you may know, some melodies I assure you that you do not. So here's just a reminder that the prayer is not the words in the book, and the prayer is not the melody, and the prayer is not this beautiful building, and the prayer is not us up here. All of those things are supposed to help us with our own prayer. And prayer is the work of opening the heart. You actually already have everything that you need to be able to do that. So I want to remind you that we are all experts when it comes to prayer. We have all we need. And that even if you do not consider yourself a quote-unquote singer, even if the only place you sing is in the shower or the car or karaoke, even if your third grade choir teacher asked you to mouth along with all the words because she didn't want to hear you singing, I want to hear you singing. It's our birthright as human beings to sing. So let's sing. You can sing with me or after me. Yada da. That's all that is being asked of us right now. Hi ya da 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 da. Hi ya da da. Beautiful. Hi ya da 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 da. Hi ya da da. Oh ya da 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 da. Hi ya da da. Da da. Hi ya da 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 da. Hi ya da da da.
Shabbat Shalom.
I am so excited to be here on behalf of JJAP and Roda Shalom and Dor Hadash and the Principals Council to welcome Eliana to town this weekend. Eliana Light is the head to philosopher at the Light Lab, and she is co-host of the Light Lab podcast. She has songs out for all different ages and several albums that you can gather. You can find them online. And Eliana's goal is to teach the Jewish liturgy, but making it liturgy and prayer practice accessible and meaningful to all seekers. So no matter who we are, no matter what we do, this moment is for you. And so I hope you enjoy sharing Shabbat with Eliana tonight. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So wonderful to be here tonight. Really looking forward to the service. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow when Dylan becomes bar mitzvah. So in honor of that, Dylan, why don't you come up together with your parents, Jason and Lauren and Logan, for lighting Shabbat candles. We turn to page 2.
You got your book there. Perfect.
You're doing this.
No. Another
I
one?
promise it's not a test. Press down really hard. Let me try it.
There we go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav Vitzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Man, Yasher Koach.
Nice
Beautiful
job. We'll see
chanting,
you up here in a
buddy.
little bit.
Take a seat. It's cut. Yeah, it's cut. It's cut. I'll let you decide. I'm going to turn after you, please.
Before we turn to page 20 for Lechadodi, or you can do that now, that's totally fine. I want to take a moment, these prayers, this candle lighting, these rituals that invite us into Shabbat. We need to accept the invitation, if we'd like, to make it Shabbat. Exactly. So I'd like to do that now, and if you'd like to join me, you can take one of those big deep breaths in to breathe in Shabbat, and breathe out the week that has passed. I'm coming from North Carolina, y'all. I don't know about you, but it's been a rough week. Let's take another big deep breath in and out, leaving behind everything we need to leave behind in the week that has passed, knowing we can pick the work up after this when we need to, but for this time, for this moment, deciding that it is Shabbat. And for one more time, that gift of breathing in Shabbat and breathing out the week that has passed. As we use these words of Lechadodi to welcome in Shabbat, you've been doing such a good job at repeating after me that we'll do it again. And you can sing like this. Lechadodi,
Lechadodi,
Likrat Kala,
Likrat Kala,
Pene Shabbat,
Pene Shabbat,
Nekabela.
Nekabela.
Oh, beautiful. That sounded good. Now, some of you in the choir might know this melody, right? It might be for a song that we usually sing in the spring. And if that's the only time we sung it, Dayenu. Page 20. Let's sing together. Ready? Lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. One more time. Lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmianu el hameyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shem u'tiferet v'litchila. Lechadodi, Lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. 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 Just like that. Lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Number 2, likrat Shabbat. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha ki hi mekor habecha merosh mikedem nesucha sof maseh v'machshava chila. Lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Top of the next page, number 5. Hitoreri, hitoreri לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי. Let's rise if we are able. לקראת כלה, and face the door. Pnei Shabbat, and welcome in Shabbat. Nekabela, lecha dodi, likrat kala. Pnei Shabbat, at the bottom 9. Nekabela, boi v'shalom, ateret bala. Gam b'simcha, gam b'simcha. ובצהלה תוך אמונה המסגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי Shabbat, nekabela, lecha dodi, likrat kala, pnei Shabbat, nekabela. As we turn to page 28 to welcome each other and our service in with Baruch Hu, can you turn to someone near you or next to you? Wish them a Shabbat Shalom, welcome them here, and then we'll come back together with our song. Let's stay standing for Baruch Hu. Baruch together. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Hamevorach Leolam Vaed. We may be seated as we sing. Oh,
We're making a transition from one day to the next. Ma'ariv, the word for evening, is the same root related to the word for mixture, because evening is a mixture, a transition from one day to the next. And Eliana had mentioned earlier so beautifully being able to let in Shabbat and let go of what we might not have achieved in our full work week. And I want to add to that and acknowledge that letting a day
close and a new day comes with it, especially with the added feature of darkness, comes with it a kind of fear. What will tomorrow bring? What about today that I thought was secure and everlasting might suddenly disappear? What rug is going to be pulled out from under me with the unknown of tomorrow? Those are the feelings that human beings have when evening comes, even though it happens every day. There is that fear. There is that reluctance to let go and step forward in time. But music and prayer and gatherings like this community help us feel supported and secure so we can make that transition from what was known to what will be unknown together with all our joint strength and faculties. And so with that, we're going to move into the blessing of evening, of Ma'ariv, of mixing, that transition from one space to the next.
On page 30, towards the middle of that paragraph, we sing that acknowledgement. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei. Roll into dark, roll into light. Let's try it. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day. Night becomes day. Day turns to night. Day turns to night. Roll, roll into dark, into light. Roll into light. Night becomes day. Day turns to night. Borei, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Together, roll into dark. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
Baruch atah Adonai, Amariv Aravim.
Amen. And we move through these pieces of liturgy, inviting us to pay attention to things that we don't always notice, inviting us, training us to open our hearts and hear. Hard to kind of notice the difference between day and night in here, but maybe we'll notice a little bit more out there the next time it happens. And we're invited in Ahavat Olam on page 32 to remind ourselves that we are loved unconditionally, something I think that we need to remind ourselves of in a world that likes to tell us that we are not, that our worthy is conditional. We know in here, and we know from this tradition, the truth of the matter, which is that we are all loved exactly as we are. So I want to invite you, if you'd like to do this exercise that I think this prayer is inviting us to do. Maybe you want to sit a little straighter in your chair. Maybe you want to roll your shoulders back. Maybe you want to feel your feet on the floor or feel where you connect to the earth through your feet or through your seat. Maybe you'd like to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe you'd like to soften your face, soften your gaze, soften your jaw. Maybe you even want to close your eyes, only if you want to take this moment. And maybe you want to start to follow the pattern of your breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And maybe you want to call to mind someone that loves you unconditionally, a place where you feel loved unconditionally, a time where you felt loved unconditionally. Call that into your mind and let that thought maybe bring a feeling into your heart and into your body. Can we practice feeling that unconditional love in here so that we can feel it more out there. You can repeat after me. Ahavat, 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 Olam. Beautiful. Ahavat, Ahavat, Ahavat. Olam together. Olam. Ahavat, Ahavat, Ahavat. Olam. Olam. Ahavat, Ahavat, We're going to sing that one more time, and as we do, I'm going to invite us to rise as we prepare ourselves for the Shema. I'll do a little one of these things, and we'll rise. Because we are invited not just to feel love, but to share it out. So can you share that ahava wherever and with whomever needs it in this world today as we stand? Ahavat,
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 Olam. Ahavat,
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 Olam. Ahavat,
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 Olam. Ahavat, Ahavat, Olam. Page 34. Olam. We are reminded we are one. Olam.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'chayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvletecha v'derech uv'shochbecho uv'kumecha ukshartam leot al yedecha v'chayu letotafot bein einecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Leman tizkeru ba'asitem echol mitzvotai vehitem kedoshim lelochechem ani Adonai Elochechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehot lechem lelochim ani Adonai Elochechem.
Yasher Koach, beautiful chanting. Dylan, thank you so much. You can take a seat.
So beautiful. So beautiful. All of the singing that is really a response to life. It's like in musical theater, they say, when the emotions are too big for talking, then you sing. And then when they're too big for singing, then you dance. Maybe we're not there yet here, but that's okay. You know where they were there? It was at the crossing of the sea, which we will reenact together on page 40. In the words of the Micha Mocha, now this response, spontaneous, happened in the moment of joy, because all of these prayers written by people responding to life, not describing literally what was happening, but using poetry to try to express how it feels to be human, which is very different. But how were everyone supposed to know the words? They didn't have their copies of Mishkan Tefillah with them. They left them in Egypt. Well, it is said that Moses and Miriam would sing a line and that everybody would sing it back to them. And maybe it sounded just like this. Maybe, Micha Mocha Just like that. Ba'elim Adonai.
Ba'elim Adonai.
Beautiful. Mi kamocha. Mi kamocha. Nedar b'kodesh.
Nedar b'kodesh.
Nora.
Nora.
Tehilot.
Tehilot.
Oseh.
Oseh.
Feleh. Beautiful. Yananai, nai, 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 nai. Yananai, nai, nai, yananai, nai. Yananai, nai, 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 nai. Yananai, nai, 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 nai. One more time. Yananai, nai, 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 nai. Yananai, nai, nai, na, 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 na. Yananai, nai, 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 nai. Yananai, nai, 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 nai. Our ancestors responded in prayer to that which was greater than themselves, and so do we. Every time we say, oh my God, when something happens, whether we're surprised for good or surprised for bad, recognizing that there is so much in this world that we don't control, that is a prayer. And we do it all the time. I was doing it all the time a long time ago in a land far away called March of 2020, when I started singing this to myself and realized that it was connected to the words of my ancestors on page 42. And Darren and Hannah, if you want to come up and do the hand motions that you said your students were doing. Maybe some of those students are here and they want to do them with us. Yes. The students made these up. That's amazing. Should we? That's okay. Hi, friends. Oh my gosh, this is the best. Hi. And as we sing, you can feel or bring to your heart, who are the people that we are praying for this shelter for? But we'll start with the words Hashkivenu, the name for God, Yah, Eloheinu, L'Shalom, just like this. Hashkivenu, Yah, Eloheinu. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Hashkivenu, L'Shalom. Hashkivenu, Yah Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, L'Shalom. We're going to sing Shelter Us in Place. Shelter us in place. Shelter us in peace. Shelter us in peace. Shelter us in love. Shelter us in love. Shelter us in love. Shelter us in place. Shelter us in place. Beautiful friends, in peace. Shelter us in peace. In love. Shelter us in love. In love. Shelter us in love. Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu. Yah Eloheinu. Hashkivenu L'Shalom. Hashkivenu L'Shalom. You can do it with them. Hashkivenu, Yah Eloheinu. Hashkivenu L'Shalom. Hashkivenu L'Shalom. Hashkivenu, 2 more times. Ready? Hashkivenu, Yah Eloheinu. Hashkivenu L'Shalom. One more time. Hashkivenu, Yah Eloheinu. Hashkivenu L'Shalom.
Beautiful.
Not just read our prayers, but feel our prayers. Thank you so much. Amen. Let's sing together. Misheberach Avotenu Mekor habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
We hold in our hearts for healing Ellen Apple, Julie Arnheim, Peggy Boone, Alex Botkin, Jimmy Broff, Jerry Chesson, Chuck Davis, Eileen Davis, Joanne Mandel DeWitt, Stephen Irish, Kate Can, Naum Kaplan, Al Camper, Gary Kinkella, Eitan Klausner, Paige Lang, Alan Lesgold, Sally Littman, Laura Marshak, Hal Mendlowitz, Stephen Nides, Bud Roth, Richard David Rothman, Cheryl Sachs Dowling, Stephen Schimmel, Benjamin F. Siegel, Adam Scheffler, Rabbi Jonathan Stein, Jonathan Wind, Kayla Wright, James J.H. Yee, Hindasara Bat Chana Pearl, Yermatia Shulamit Bat Miriam, Chava Gitel Bat Toiba, Deborah Zions.
Arnold Friedman, Alex Biro, Judy Shuley, Miriam Leah Bat Panina, Shoshana Bat Panina, Pamela Perry, Maisha Bat Noah, David Ben Margalit, Chaya Fega Bat Merrill, Marsha Roth, Jamie Thomas, Ruth Bowman, Zamir Ben Harav Shoshana, John Klickner, Sarah Bat Fegala, Or Ben Dalia, Brana Bat Etel, Batya Bat Mashaina, Yaakov Chaim Ben Rivka, Orel Chava, Bat Harav Ahuva, and all those who've been injured in body or spirit in Israel and Gaza.
Other names? Continue with the second paragraph of Misha Berach.
Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Just a little, behind the scenes.
In front of the scenes.
In front of the scenes,
Whatever.
inviting us into our personal Amidah that begins on page 46. And I want to invite you, if you are able, to rise in body or in spirit. We have these words of our ancestors to guide us. But feel free, please, this is your time. If you'd like something to think about or feel about, you can think or feel, what am I grateful for right now? What makes me say wow? And where do we need hope in the world? Adonai,
Adonai,
Sefatai Tiftach,
Sefatai Tiftach,
Ufi
Sefatai tiftach.
Ufi yagid. Tehilatecha. In the book, from page 48 to page 60, at your own pace, standing, the feelings and the words of your own heart. At your own pace, continue and meet us on page 62. May the one who makes peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. Bim Ramad. Bim Ramad. Oh, say shalom. Bim Ramad. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu, aleinu. May the one who makes peace. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Let's rise on page 282 as we start to finish up our service. Aleinu, it is on to us. What is something that you would like to take out of here with you into the rest of your Shabbat?
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We take a moment to turn our thoughts to those who have died at this time of year in years past, in this season, or recently. We have a list of names from both congregations. Would you like to start?
We remember our teacher and friend, Dr. Rabbi Walter Jacob, Norman Lass, and those whose yahrzeit we observe this week: Bernard Block, Nancy Briskin, Miriam Cantor, Ruth Fulmer-Cham, Edith Donnenberg, Eunice Fingeret, Velma Vitti Friedman, Isaac Gershon, Marcia Goldberg, Hermine Green, Bernard J. Grinberg, Judith Haff, David Labovitz, Edith Leskold, Adele Layton, Harry Madoff, Frank Markowski, Barnett Marcus, Miriam Miller, Jacob Newman, Stephanie Cooperman Parker, Minnie Protek, Barbara Rogel, Lila Rosenthal Snyder, Estelle Roth, S.L. Russlander, Gail Rive, Joel Safier, Rebecca Schwartz, Alex Edward Seed, Alfred Silberman, Mendel Struhl, Irving A. Wexler, Norman Weiner.
And from Dor Hadash, the recent death of Arlene Breinberg, first cousin of Arnold Friedman, buried on Tuesday. And the yahrzeits this week of Miriam Meisel, David Heineck, Eleanor Schatz, Rose Rosen, Robert Kopsel, William Needle, Herman David Engelberg, Leslie Regel, William Chester, Sylvia Sherman, Stephen Gale, Louis Begler, and Florence Tartalski.
Any other names for Kaddish? Hold on, let me go here. Yitgadal,
V'yikadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'alma, Divrach, Yerutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon, U'v'yomechon, U'v'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, U'v'zman Kariv, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach, Leolam, L'olmei Maya, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shmei dekutsha brichu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'marmav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen.
You may be seated. Do you have any announcements? Amy, do you have any announcements?
Just when our service is tomorrow. Our next service at Dor Hadash is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. upstairs in ALC 1, our informal Shabbat service with Torah study.
Tomorrow afternoon at Mincha, Havdalah, Dylan become bar mitzvah. Mazel tov to you, Dylan, and to your whole family. Much gratitude, lots of appreciation to Eliana Light. So when we like to show appreciation, send some warmth. Thank you. And for those of you who are registered for dinner after services, please go directly into Freehoff Hall, and we'll have dinner, and then we'll have an opportunity to do some more singing, which I'm sure will be beautiful. There is a Herzog breakfast on November 10th. The guest speaker will be Dr. Kathleen M. Carley, who's a CMU professor of computer science, software, and societal systems, who's discussing the opportunities and threats of artificial intelligence. All of them. All the opportunities and threats.
And just next Friday night, we have our young adult, a monthly young adult Shabbat here in Aaron Court at 7:30. And so please join us if you're a 20s and 30s type person.
Also,
right, yes, we have a choral service next Friday night honoring our wonderful maestro, music director, Don McGahan. So please join us at 5:30 for our regular service, and then if you are on the younger side, stay for our 20s and 30s event at 7:30. We'll have the choir next week at our regular service too. Thank you.
and if you can guess how many years Don has been here, you can win a special prize.
Oh.
Come to the
sorry.
concert tomorrow night
Yes.
at the JCC at 6:30. Eliana the Light will be performing
So
the
go
concert.
straight from the bar mitzvah to the concert.
There you go.
Gotta really race.
All right. So let's see. Let's invite Dylan back up to the bima. Are you coming by yourself or with your family?
Just by, yeah.
You're by yourself. Okay. And right before you do that, let's have Rabbi Friedman, who will give a presentation from JJAP.
Dylan, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'll be able to be here for most of it, then I have to run off to the concert. But I'm very excited for you. What this means is that you are showing all of them that you are ready to take on adult responsibility and that you need to be taken a little more seriously. You're not a kid anymore. And that you are ready to show us. Bar mitzvah is a classic. I'm looking at your book there. Clearly, you will be demonstrating adult leadership many times. I like that. So your book is all marked up. I think that there's another thing that I'm beginning to believe is another marker of adulthood. An adult never has an empty phone battery. Now, I know that many adults do, but an adult should never have a zero battery. So from JJEP, we have a little gift for you to help you make sure that your phone is never on zero, that you are always charged up, and want to offer you that. I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of all your work. I'm proud of your leadership. I'm proud of you standing here and showing people what you can do. Mazal tov to the whole family.
Thank you.
Just a music stand. All right, bud.
Hamoti.
Oh, no, it's your page for you. Give me 1 sec.
Page 5.
You grab the... Okay, take this in your hand. Baruch
Chata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kichanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava u'ratzon chinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh secher letzi mitzrayim ki vanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim ve'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'ratzon hincha otanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha'shabbat.
Amen.
Amen. Yasher koach. Beautiful chanting. Chaim. What's under here? You want to do the motzi with us?
You want to say motzi and all?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min aretz.
Amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Yasher koach.
Thank you.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Let's end with a little song together. Na 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 na. Just like that. Try it with me. Na 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 na. Well, you sound really good. Na 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 na. Let's do that one more time. Na na na. Repeat after me, please. Kol sason,
Kol sason.
yes. V'kol simcha,
V'kol simcha.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.